Hi. If all goes to plan, by the time you're watching this, I will be deep in the bush somewhere, with no network, undisturbed by screens, calls, and messages. Occasional time to get away and enjoy nature, creation, and be refreshed is very useful. I hope to come back with a bit more energy and inspiration. In the meantime, Colin has taken over from me, so we can see what mischief and mayhem he can cause in my absence. Because I'm going away, my mind is a bit preoccupied with the idea of rest. We know God requires that we take time out. He commands us to rest for the Sabbath, a day to slow down, stop working, and focus. The other week I gave examples of different times that Jesus stepped away from the crowds and the ministry that he was involved in to pray and rest. Growing up in England, most towns and even villages had a local recreation ground, a green space, often with swings, slides, etc. to play on. Kids would meet down at the rec to hang out, relax, and often get into trouble. The concept was the population needed this space, though the reality was often overgrown, littered with dog poop and graffiti, not really the restful glade by still water that the name would evoke. But think of the word a moment: recreation. We are part of God's creation. He recognizes that from time to time we need recreating. We need to be patched up, repaired, refreshed, re-energized. If we don't pay heed to this, we can end up burning out and not functioning as well as we should. Genesis 2, verses 2 to 3. By the seventh day, God had finished the work he had been doing. So on the seventh day, he rested from all his work. Then God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, because on it he rested from all the work of creating that he had done. I hear many people say they don't have time to rest. They're too busy. Look carefully at these verses in Genesis. God is not making this optional. It is holy, set apart, an essential factor in the rhythm of our faith. And notice that God himself rested. Why? Because of all the creating work he had done. If this concept is good enough for the Creator, then what about us, those he has created? So when we realize that we need this restoration, where do we look? I've had people suggest that going away is somehow leaving God behind. Far from it. It is in God, the Creator, that we can find the restoration. Look at these verses from Psalms. First one, Psalm 73, verse 26. My flesh and my heart may fail, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. Then Psalm 62, verses 1 to 2. Truly, my soul finds rest in God. My salvation comes from him. Truly, he is my rock and my salvation. He is my fortress. I shall never be shaken. So when we take time out, it should be for the purpose of pressing into God, coming for a time into closer union, fellowship, or relationship with him, drawing on his Holy Spirit to refresh and empower us. When we are dry, we need to look for living water. We looked at that in more detail a few weeks back. Mark chapter 6, verse 31 says, Then, because so many people were coming and going that they did not even have a chance to eat, he said to them, Come with me by yourselves to a quiet place and get some rest. We need to paraphrase this for the times we are living in. How about this? Then, because of so many people calling in on Zoom, sending messages and emails, because of the constant onslaught of social media, we start to forget the time and the day. and don't even get time to eat. And Jesus says to us, come with me by yourselves to a quiet place and get some rest. Matthew 11, verses 28 to 29. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. If your soul needs a rest, if you are exhausted, burnt out and stressed, may I challenge you to carve out some time for recreation. Take time to go to a quiet place with Jesus. It's not a luxury, it's necessary, it's essential. See you again in a little while. God bless you.